Ain't nothing like some good music, man. Ain't nothing like some good music. So what's happening with you, Facebook fam? I want to pop in with you, man, and just say top of the day to you, all the way live from Champaign, Urbana. My name is Sean Williams, man. I thank you guys for tuning in to this little episode of what I want to do for a few minutes for you. For a few minutes, we always table this as let the truth be told. Unity for the community and Wall Street Jewelers. Wall Street Jewelers is our stock market group. And I wanted to pop in on you just to give you a little bit of noise, talk a little noise to you, man. Inspire you today, man, to give you a little uplift and let you know the possibilities, the capabilities of what can happen, man. I know the struggle is real out here, man. The struggle for everybody's real. I mean, it's real for me. It's real for everybody, man. And I know we got our own little silos, the way we move, the way we shake, and the way we do things, man. And so if I can get some value to you, bring you a little value, man, make your struggle a little bit easier. That's my job and that's what I'm here for. That's my purpose. And so I wanted to be able to pop in on you, man, and say, look, man, these stock market classes that we've been giving out for free for the last 3 years is real. I mean, I suggest that you pause. I mean, these stock market classes, these financial literacy classes that we've been having is real, right? The things that stopped me from getting into this stuff, I say 10 years ago. 10 years ago, my buddy Roland came to me and said, hey, Sean, we giving out stock market classes down at Love Corner, penny stock market classes. Man, you need to come on down here. Well, I'm messing with all the guys down at the whip back in the day. And so I was like, man, I'm messing with these guys this evening, man. I ain't got time to be going down there for no stock market classes, right? Little to know that was some important stuff that I needed to know. The guys should have waited, and I should have been in them classes. But rolling it forward 10 years later, things started happening, COVID started happening, and my life started changing, and my mind started shifting to a place where I should have been. And we call that a renewing of the mind, right? I started trying to renew my mind, and I got involved into these classes and started teaching the classes actually myself. And I brought in Mr. Hunt that was at the Love Corner teaching 10 years previous to this. And so then I brought him in. He's been a wealth of information, amazing dude with a lot of knowledge that's been giving us a lot of knowledge and a lot of valuable information that we can use on a daily basis with our lives and our financial come up. And so, man, but the struggle got to be real to you. Let me say that again. The struggle got to be real to you. You got to see yourself. You got to do a man in the mirror, a woman in the mirror check and say, am I in a financial position to make my family better? Am I in a financial position better than where I was before COVID? And as things are starting to happen in real time, I mean, stuff is happening in real time. And I know we don't understand a lot of stuff because we don't know the information, but stuff is happening in real time, man. And I want us to be more proactive than reactive, because a lot of times in the African American community, we just react to stuff. We're not proactive. We're not planning. We're not getting prepared for a slip and fall. And so we just slip and fall and then say, can you help me because I didn't slip and fail? Well, let me tell you what's going to be in the future is that a lot of things are going to be slipping and falling, and ain't nobody going to have a hand up for nobody because everybody going to be falling because we're not prepared for what's happening, what's going to be happening in the future. And that's artificial intelligence, that's automations, that's mechanical robots, that's all of these different things that's starting to, sliver into our systems now. And so we got to see ourselves better. We're going into a Mother's Day weekend, right? And so what mothers have always did was protect and cover their family, protect and cover the family. Well, that's what we're supposed to be doing, protecting and covering the family. And if we're trying to build, and we hear this word, it's being popped around so much now because everybody's getting this buzzword of generational wealth. What does that mean? Generational wealth. What does that mean to you and your family? And sometimes the generational wealth don't have to just be money. It could be a good recipe. It could be information that you're giving your family about how to, just how to be a better family. It could be a lot of different things. But when we talk about it on the financial tip, which is biblical, which is really biblical, the financial tip is that you leave your family an inheritance. You leave your family an inheritance, something that they can take and add to their life and then pass that down to the next generation. And that's biblical, right? And so we need to do that. We need to do that, and what I've always said, I don't get mad when people come to me and ask me for something. You know what I'm saying? I don't get so bothered with that no more. I don't get bothered with that. I'll always bless folks, you know what I'm saying? But when we give out this free information and we got resources in the community that's giving it away for free, we too distracted to pause and come get the free stuff. That's valuable stuff. Not just the meals or the turkeys or something like that, but some valuable stuff that we can add to our everyday life, and then start taking the money that we're making. If we're at the warehouse or we at the post office or we working wherever, then we can take that money and compound that money to make more money. And I mean, before, and I'm gonna give you my personal testimony. Before I got in this, I was fearful, man. I was like, man, I'm not gambling. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But as I started learning more information, it started getting more comfortable to me. I started feeling more confident about the things that I was doing. And so we gotta stop listening to the peanut gallery. We gotta stop listening to those folks that don't want to see your future better. We gotta stop listening to those people that haven't made accomplishments in their lives themselves. Because a lot of times people can't see you for where you're trying to go because they never been nowhere. Man, ooh, that was good. That was good. Man, we got to stop listening to people that don't want to see you go any further because they ain't never been nowhere. And so a lot of times when you go back to your family, you go back to your friends, you go back to your influences around your circle, and you say, man, I'm trying to do whoop, wop, 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 wop. And they tell you, oh, man, whoop, wop, 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 wop ain't going to work. Well, that's because to them personally, they never made those accomplishments. They haven't popped in and they haven't tried to make their dreams manifest. So you got to stop listening to the peanut gallery, man, because the peanut gallery don't want to see you with nothing. And so what you got to do is sometimes it's a lonely road, man. And man, I've been there. I'm there now. You know what I'm saying? Where ain't a whole lot of people that's with me. And I thank the Lord for my mother on this Mother's Day for always instilling that with me when I got my first car. She said, Sean, don't let me see you with a whole lot of people in this car. And so that let me know I could be by myself. So sometimes during this here struggle of your entrepreneurship, or you trying to change jobs, or you trying to advance, or you trying to go get a degree during this graduation weekend, you trying to make those accomplishments in life, it's going to be a lonely struggle, man. And you might have to do it all by yourself. And you might have to do it all by yourself. And a lot of times you ain't going to be able to bounce that information off on people that do not understand, because they don't know no better. And so a lot of times I get down on leadership. I get down on leadership a lot, because a lot of times you're in charge of folks, but if you're not gathering information, then you leading people nowhere. And so I get down on leadership, but it's not to get down on you to try to embarrass you or anything like that. It's getting down on you to try to make you better, so that you make the people that you're in charge of better. And that's when community get better. That's when families get better. That's when nations start to grow. That's when we start to expand who we are, And so we got to start being real. We got to start having real conversations. We got to stop being so fake, and we got to stop being so phony, and we got to keep it 100. And when we messed up, or we messed up or something like that, we got to say we messed up, and we just got to keep it 100. Man, I need some help, And so it's a lot of times in life, even in being in business, it's not going to be a smooth road. It's a lot of times I needed help. Shoot, I just needed some help yesterday, because I'm not really good with Canva and trying to make a flyer and things like that. And so I asked one of my guys, man, help me with this flyer. And he too busy, because I done seen him come over flyers before. He too busy, one of the guys. I can't get mad at him because he got some information that I need, And so I got to learn for myself. So I'm starting to learn a lot of information on my own. But let's go into this financial literacy piece, right? Let's go into this financial literacy piece. So the first thing I would say is this: what stops us from being able to come to this stock market class, this financial literacy class? What's the first thing that stops us from being a part? The first thing I'll say is emotions. A lot of us don't like to lose. We don't like to lose. So when it comes down where it's a winning and a losing, and we already have in our mind that we might lose, then we don't like that. It's an uncomfortable feeling. We used to being in comfortable positions where we're comfortable. So a lot of times we don't step up out of our comfort zones because we're comfortable where we're at. And a lot of times we stay where we're at because we're comfortable right there. And instead of expanding where you're at, expanding your mind, getting around more people. My nephew Jamar said, hey, Sean, when you become the sharpest knife in the drawer in your circle, it's time to find a new circle. Let me repeat that. When you start to become the sharpest knife in the drawer in your circle, you need to find a new circle. It's time to get around other people that can help you grow. Because when you start to be the smartest one in your circle, that means people pulling from you. That means people pulling from you. They don't come to give, they come to take, to get a takeout meal. Every time they come over to the house, they want to take something from you. They don't come to bring nothing. And a lot of us gonna go to a cookout this weekend for Mother's Day weekend. We're gonna go to somebody's house, we're gonna go to a cookout, and people already gonna have their to-go plate all ready to go. As soon as they walk in the door, they gonna start making a to-go plate before they actually make their plate. They gonna be ready for a takeout meal. And we know folks like that, man. All they come around for is to take. So you got to be around people that can help you grow, because there's nothing wrong with taking from other people. There's nothing wrong with that. But you shouldn't always come to place, let me hold some. I shouldn't always run into you. You keep on telling me, let me hold some. It should become a point in our life over a 50-year span that you become a giver. You come to give to other people and make them grow. All right. So that's the first thing. The first thing is the emotions. And what is the fear? Is uncertainty. We feel uncertain because we don't know. And so we're fearful about the unknown. That's the first thing. That's the reason why we don't like to come and get involved into something like financial literacy, or the things that's going to teach us about the stock market or real estate or entrepreneurship or those different things, because we don't know what that's going to look like. And we like it for sure. I remember when I got started into being an insurance agent, And when they started talking about commission-based employment, I started thinking about what somebody told me back in the day. Don't get one of them jobs because you need to be where they're gonna pay you hourly and this and this and this and that, and you don't need to get no commission-based. And I got involved with insurance, and I started learning commission-based. And now I started saying, if I apply my time, I can even maximize because there's no ceiling to what I can make. I could make anywhere from 200 to 1,200 in one day. What? So now I'm really getting paid for my worth. And a lot of times we go into a job, and I'm not knocking anybody that got a job because I done have plenty of them. I'm not knocking anybody on the job, but what they're telling you is that you max out at $22 an hour. Well, you might be worth $22,000 an hour, but they telling you over here, only thing we paying people is $22 an hour. So don't limit yourself to what other people gonna put a label on you and say you're only worth this. Expand yourself so you can grow. Expand yourself so you can grow. Expand yourself so you can grow. Okay. Okay. So how many times have you spent money and haven't got a return on your investment? In the stock market realm, in the language that's used, we call that an ROI, a return on investment. So how many times, because we're talking about emotions, the fear that stop us from getting inside this class that we've been offering for free for 3 years. And most of the time, the folks I run into, man, I ain't trying to lose no money. But how many times this year have you spent money and you haven't got a return on your money? We do it all the time. We go on a vacation. We just got a memory. We go to the slots and we just had a good time. We go out to party. We had a good time. We go to the liquor store. We had a good time. We just spending money and we having a good time. But that money don't make no money. Okay, that money doesn't make any money for us. Oh man, it didn't just. Oh my goodness, it didn't just do me like that. Well, oh, we still here. We in the box. We in the box. We still here. We still grooving. But that money don't make no money. That money don't make no money. And when you went and spent that money, did you lose money? Yeah, you lost money. You lost money. And a lot of times we lose the money that we really couldn't afford to even lose from the beginning. A lot of times we lose the money that because how many times have you kicked it? I mean, I know times that I done been out. Over the years, I done been out and I didn't put a certain amount of money in my pocket. I'm like, bam, all right, I'm gonna go out and kick it. And then I get to the club feeling good and have a few drinks and this and that and this and that. And next thing you know, you guys with your girl, friends come around and you say, bam, all right, I'm gonna buy somebody a drink. I'm gonna buy somebody a drink. I'm gonna have a good time. Then we might leave that spot and go to another spot, have a good time, buy somebody a drink. Then you wake up on a Sunday. Not only you working up like, oh Lord, I shouldn't have did all that. But you wake up and you check your pocket because you're changing your money over and you're like, dang, did I spend all that last night? Now you got to go back to the well and go get some more. And all you had was a memory, right? A memory of a good weekend. But then you got to go back on Monday and start it all over again, and you can never get that back. Well, what this class is doing for us is telling us, okay, let's limit our risk. Let's limit that spending where that we can maximize that money and party off the money that we made off the market, or buy those things, or we'll take that vacation, but let the market pay for the vacation. Let the market get us ready for retirement. Let the market pay for the things, that car that we're going to get, that big house note that we're going to pay. Let the market pay for those things, right? Okay. When you spend money with no return, don't you lose the money? Yeah, we just went over that. We lose the money. And what happens through the emotions is that there's a chemical inside our brain that compares money to a past experience centered around money in our minds. So it's a chemical reaction that goes off in our brain where we have this reflection of past experiences when we have experienced losing money some way, somehow, whether it was that Suki stuff that y'all was all calling me about 3, 4, 5, about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where Sean, I got this group and you put 500 in and then you go and it's going, when it come your turn, you're going to make 5,000. And that's unrealistic. That is really unrealistic for me to give you 500 and then it come around my turn 6 weeks later and I'm going to get 5,000. That's why y'all ain't talking about that no more, because it's unrealistic. That's what I call that is a scale. Because we don't know nothing about that. We don't know the other person on the other end. We don't know those folks that's in Atlanta, that's in LA, that's in Detroit, that's in Chicago. We don't know none of those folks. But here we is fell for the Suki, smoking mirrors. We'll fall for that. We got to stop falling for the okie doke, man. It's nothing going to happen like that. You got to apply yourself toward learning and coming into class and sitting in the place. That's why I say, hey, man, look, you give your money to a broker. Let's say you give your money to a broker. The broker tell you, you know what? Check this out. We're going to make you 8%. We're going to make you 8% on top of your money. So then you do the rule of 72, you times that 8% times 72, and it's going to tell you exactly what that is. I ain't got no calculator in front of me, so I can't really tell you that. But I will tell you, you put your money, you do the same thing, because Chase has been offering this at 1%. At 1%, what the rule of 72 says, if you times whatever the percentage rate is times 72, it's going to tell you how many years it's going to take you to double your money. And at 1% at Chase, 1% at Chase, you put $1 in, it's going to take you 7,200 years to make $2. And I know good and well for the stuff that we've been learning in our class, I got a 12-year-old that sit back here in the back. I got a 12-year-old that started with me this year. He's 12 years old, and he did not want to stop for the summer. He's in our summer class with adults learning advanced options trading right now. And we'll do more than 8% in our sleep. In our sleep, we'll do more than 8%, man. And so those are the things that we learning in our class, man. Those are the things that we're learning. Okay. And so we have those chemical things that go off in our brain, of a past experience. And I know if your mama like my mama was, and we used to go to my mama and we'll say, Mama, look, let me get some money for the skate land. Let's use skate land. Thursday nights, soul night, skate land. Let me get some money for skate land. And she said, what you thinking? Money grow on a tree? That's what my mama had 8 kids, and so 4 of us got to go to skate land. We every Thursday night back in the day, we was partying in Champaign, having a blast, man. And that was a memory I think all of us could connect to, skate land on Thursday nights. And we had to get that little 375, that little 475 or whatever. But you times that times 4 kids, man. Every Thursday night times 4, that might add up to a little something to affect the household income. And that's what she was saying. Ain't no money growing off no tree. And so that is in our heads. So now we don't want to waste money. We feel like that's wasting money. And so we reflect when somebody come to us with an opportunity to say, hey, look, let's get involved with real estate. Let's get involved with the stock market. Let's learn Forex trading. Let's learn crypto. We start reflecting back to a past bad experience that we had that was taught and that's been given to us through our DNA, because it's a residue of a DNA that's in our brain that say, man, I'm not doing that. Or if you fail for the Suki deal, or if you fail for Publishers Clearinghouse, or you've been playing the lottery, all your life, and you still ain't even got your money back out of that. Then you start saying, man, I can't do this deal. And we got to stop trying to think about the easy way out. The easy way out. And we got to stop thinking that God is some hocus pocus God where we'll give our tithes and then he gonna make it rain on us. It don't happen like that. So we got to change the way we think about stuff, because we got to start applying ourselves. Let's go to the next one. What was the culture around money that you experienced before adulthood? I just went over it. It's our past experience, the people that we've been around, the folks that have taught us. And when you hear money, what are your emotions attached to it? When you hear about money, what is your attachment to it? I already know folks that's listening to this right now probably already saying, man, he got this, he got that, blah, 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 blah. It ain't about me. It ain't about me. It's about you. It ain't about me. It's about you. What are you doing? Now, I know with me, I done messed up so many times. It's unreal. I done messed up so many times because I didn't know. I just didn't know no better. And it's so many of us that just don't know. We doing what the crowd doing. Man, hey, look, they got the blues concert going on down in Tunica. Let me go down there and kick it. You know, I just didn't know no better. I'm going down there, let me get the Brothers 800 and go down here and party and get the hotel rooms and maximize it out. And then come on back and let's go re-up. Go work hard again and go do the same thing again over in Indianapolis. Instead of learning how to take, because this is what they've been doing. What they do is compound their money. And we know we got Christmas coming up. And I just told the older gentleman this. We know we got Christmas coming up. And you know you like to bless all the grandbabies. So what you do is you start putting $200 or $300 in the market. Now, we know you start putting that money up because you've been putting the money up on the job. They had, back in the day, used to have a Christmas fund where you put take $200 out of your check every month up until about November, and you could pull the $200 and then use that for Christmas. Well, you can do the same thing in the market. You could do the same thing in the market. You got a certain amount of money coming out to put into your trading account, your portfolio account. You put that into your trading account every time you get paid. You put that into your account to be able to grow over time. And that's what it is, being patient, growing over time. That's what it is. That's what it is, growing over time, growing over time. For me, I'm so excited now when I'm making a trade. When I'm making trades now, I'm so excited about making these trades. I'm so excited about making the trades. So now what it takes is actions. The next thing we're going to talk about is actions. What is the actions when you fear losing money? We avoid conflict. We don't like the conflict. When we start talking about the action steps, to go to the class, to sit down, you know, I don't got time for that. Man, can you make the classes? Man, I ain't got, well, we got time for everything. Even my homies, let me answer this right here. Hello, this is Sean Williams. Let me call you right back. So a lot of my homies, they've been watching the game. They've been watching the game. They've been watching the game. The playoffs is on, and they distracted. They more worried about LeBron James, and LeBron James got money to leave all his kids, his great-grandkids, and his great-great-grandkids. And here we still working on the struggle. We still grinding. We still trying to make ends meet. Man, I could care about LeBron James and whoever, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't even know where he played with the Lakers now, but I don't even care who all on the team because I could care about that like a horse. I need to be worried about leaving my great-grandbaby something. So when I exit this life, I got something to leave them besides a bill. I don't want to just leave them bills where they start in a worse place than when I started. And when you hear the loss of money, we shift and go to a survival mode. When you start losing money, then you're like, oh man, you get fearful. Then that triggers another chemical imbalance in your mind about your past experiences on that. So unknowingly, you inherit an emotional fear. Every time you think about losing money for years, many years, you sit into a space of fear. See, fear is what governs us. Fear is what stops you from moving to do the things that you need to do. And then what really just compounds it is when you get set around a pool of people that's fearful. Ooh, that's good. When you sit around a pool of people that's fearful. Man, you can't do that. Man, don't do that. Man, I wouldn't do that. See, and you never grow. And you never grow. What the Bible says is my people perish for the lack of knowledge. We don't know nothing. So now we need to get around people that's forward thinking, people that's trying to advance, people that's learning, people that's trying to grind to get more knowledge so that they can be better. We need to sit in a space. And so in our space over here, 313 North Matter Street, 4 times a week, man, we trade, we train, we learn, we talk about the global perspective of things. We talk about what this influx of immigrants are coming to the United States and what's that going to look like for the future. We talk about automation. We talk about the global perspective. We talk about the semiconductors and how that's going to play a role in our economy. We talk about all of these different things. And so we no longer have the excuse of saying, man, I don't know. I don't understand. It's available. It's available. It's available. It's available. So we got to start grabbing these things. My phone is blowing up because there's always somebody out there that's going to need me, right? So the market goes up 76% of the time, and we got to get involved into it. 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 And if we spend so much time on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and all those different things, Instagram, that's on the market. And before I leave you, I want to let you know that you own the market also, but you just don't know it. Because every place you go shop, Costco's, Walmart, all of these places are making money off you with no return of your investment to them. And you got to start getting some of your bread back in your pocket. We got to stop just having a consumer's mindset and spending money with no return on investment back to ourselves. So, man, I'm out. I'm not going to hold you up. I'm not going to beat you up. Happy Mother's Day to you. Man, look, tomorrow we are going to be out at Douglas Center Park from 11 to 5 tomorrow. Rims and Bold Group. We're going to be out there from 11 to 5, man. We're having our Mother's Day cookout, and we're also going to be giving away roses to all the mothers that unfortunately have lost their loved ones to gun violence, man. We're going to be passing out free meals and roses to all them moms, man. God bless you guys. We're praying for you, man. I love you guys, man. Y'all continue to pray for your boy, man. And, man, keep me in your prayers, man. Come out and say what's up to us tomorrow, man. We're going to try to enjoy the day. It's going to be 86 degrees tomorrow, man. And we're going to have a blast, man. Hopefully the rain hold off so we can enjoy each other, man, and come with peace, love, and soul on tomorrow, man. Good evening, and you guys have a great, 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 great day. Out of here.